Born in Lake Charles, Matt Forte starred at Slidell High School, Tulane, and a decade in the NFL. His high school coach and an opposing coach have memories of Forte, the high school player.
We gave him the football a lot because we knew what we had. We knew we had a back that could run inside, run outside. We knew we had a back that could catch the football and run. So we used him quite a bit.
We played Slidell 3 times in 1 year. They beat us all 3 times. And Matt had over 800 yards of total offense combined in those 3 games. And I always told Matt, I said, you know, when it was time to be recruited, all you got to do is put those fountain blue tapes in and you're good. You're going to get your scholarship.
At Tulane, Forte rushed for over 2,100 yards as a senior with 23 touchdowns. He finished his career with more than 4,200 yards rushing, twice earning Conference USA honors.
The way he approached each day, his effort, you know, you just saw it at an early age on him, and he was able to do all those things early on. And I think that's where, you know, even through a situation like Katrina and the year after Katrina, which was a tough situation also, he was always a guy that showed up every day to do the work.
A second-round pick of the Chicago Bears, he rushed for close to 10,000 yards in the NFL and 54 touchdowns, and posted another 21 receiving scores with the Bears and the Jets.
I don't think he was a dual threat. I think he was like a triple threat. People forget the part that the running back also has to block, and he can do it all. I mean, running the ball, he was great. Catching the ball out of the backfield, one of the best. And then when it came to protections, he was big enough, strong enough, and physical enough to go in there and protect the quarterback when he had to.
Forte twice was the Bears' Brian Piccolo Award winner, given yearly to a player who best exemplifies the courage, loyalty, teamwork, and dedication of the late Chicago running back.
He was a professional long before he actually got paid to be a professional.
One of the things that I like in people in general is that they are who they are. They're not one person over here and then somebody else over here. Matt is who he is, and that's the thing that I appreciate about Matt.
And certainly Matt is one of the greatest athletes I ever saw on an opposing sideline in my almost 30-year high school coaching career.
All those qualities and career numbers in high school, college, and the NFL made this his year to join this class. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer, Matt Forte.
Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Coach Selfo mentioned in the video the time around Katrina, and we certainly know the impact it had on so many lives. I want to ask you about the effect it had on you personally, but also in your development in football, because I know you were dealing with a lot then, but as we heard, things changed after that. How did it change and why for you?
Yeah, I think Hurricane Katrina, you can look at it for what it was, and it was obviously a tough time for a lot of people from Louisiana that were affected. But me personally, to have to play a season displaced and live in a condemned dorm that was open for us, but also our locker room was chairs, well, with a bag in front of it where it wasn't the healthiest. Guys were getting staph infections and different things. Like, we had a lot of challenges in front of us, but it was that, you know, time in my life that it allowed me to grow in character as a person and to not complain when things don't go your way. Because a lot of times, or most of the time, it's not going to go your way. And so complaining about it is not really going to do anything. What you got to do is buckle down and be up for the challenge. And so that taught me when I was 19 years old that to really take advantage of the situation that's in front of you, that's maybe adverse, and make a positive out of it.
Well, certainly in your final years at Tulane, you helped put Green Wave football on the map, and you go from Slidell to the Crescent City, and then from the Crescent City to the Windy City. How was that change for you?
Well, it was extreme opposites as far as weather, because obviously it being super hot here, but then super cold down over in Chicago. And my parents will tell you they made every one of my games my rookie year. One which was being in December against the Green Bay Packers, where I think at kickoff it was 0, and then it later on got to -10. And my mom, who is super tough, I think that's where I get my toughness from, she stayed outside the entire time while my dad went back and forth to the family room. By the way, he's a big defensive lineman that played at Tulane as well.
You didn't have any trouble with them with your name. We already know Chicago messed up Wendell. They didn't do Forte and do like 40 or Forte or anything. You didn't have any issues, did you?
A lot of teammates would call me 40. They were like, "What's up, 40?" You know, it's like a nickname that they came up with, but you know, I don't know. That was kind of the only nickname besides Workhorse that came after, I guess, the mystique of how I would work out. Sure. and those things.
Oh, you certainly lived up for Workhorse. I know how proud you are to represent New Orleans. Obviously, you played in Slidell and then your time at Tulane. And I know you're still in the Chicago area, but what does that mean for you when, no matter where you are, that you've got the representation of South Louisiana?
Yeah, that's where I'm from. I got the state tattooed on my arm, actually, and I always represented it no matter where I go. Even being in Chicago, it's funny whenever, you know, my wife as well is from Chicago, and I met her, and I still live in Chicago, but when people, I've been there so long, they just naturally think I'm from there, but I quickly correct them. Nah, I'm from the boot, from down south. And so I always represent, and I love representing for Louisiana.
Well, we'll make sure we get a good picture for your phone holding up the induction, so that way if anybody asks, you can just show them that, yeah, and I'm also in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations on everything, and it's our pleasure to celebrate with you tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Forte.